Heidi ho, neighborinos! This is the Super Barley Brothers, and this is episode 34, Beer Trap! So, real quick, as the title shows, a couple of us got a chance to take a quick road trip down to a brewery and see a few things. Real quick, let's just do a quick check-in with everybody because we haven't done this in a while. We had to miss last week because Mother's Day, and I had to go hang out with my mom. You guys live with a couple of moms, so how are you doing, Scott? How are you doing?
How am I doing? I am doing good. A little tired. It's been a long day, but John and I made it back safe and sound. Like you just said, we both took a trip to Jester King Brewery in, I'm going to say it, John, Austin, Texas, not Dripping Springs or whatever the hell city they're technically in. We had a discussion about that, just an inside joke. We were just saying that Jester King should be recognized by the city that they're in and not the all-encompassing city that makes up Austin. So anyways, sidebar that. We took a day trip, left about 8 o'clock this morning. Takes about 3.5, 4 hours to get down there, which we made pretty decent time to get down there. There was really no traffic. Jester King does tasting hours and bottle sales pretty much Friday through Sunday every week. Even when it's raining. They even were open yesterday when it was really coming down hard down there in Austin. But the main purpose, so if you guys have been watching the Facebook page, the main purpose that I personally wanted to go in, I knew that John was interested in, and everybody else that's into Jester King should be of somewhat interested, is they were releasing a shitload of beers in the matter of the past few weeks that I know that we cannot get up here in the northern region of Dallas-Fort Worth. They just don't make enough of this. This is a once a year deal, or they do it maybe a couple times a year. It just depends. But they only release it down there, and it only is distributed usually at their brewery because they sell out of this shit pretty quick. First off, it was a release of Black Metal, which is a farmhouse stout. So you're not going to get that heavy, thick stout coffee chocolate flavor. It's going to be a little bit lighter because it is a farmhouse yeast, so it's not as heavy in the malts and the barley. I don't know, John, if I'm speaking stupid or not, but when I've had a farmhouse stout, in my opinion, they're a lot lighter and a lot more easier to drink than your Imperial Russian stouts and your heavy barrel-aged stouts and all that stuff. Would that be a correct assumption?
Would be a fair way to put that. I would agree with that assessment.
Awesome. Then, the next week, Boxer's Revenge was going to be released the following weekend. So we're pretty much Mother's Day weekend was Black Metal. Following weekend after that was Boxer's Revenge, as far as I can remember. And Boxer's Revenge is a wheat sour that is barrel-aged. And I'm all about sours. John has got me addicted to this shit lately, and I cannot let go of sours. They are easy to drink. They vary in ABV. I'm sorry. I'm going to sell you on this last one that we just went down there and John got a taste of that I hope this kind of sways you. So that was Boxer's Revenge. Last but not least, the one that I can't wait for Ian to try, because I hope this is the conversion process from stouts to sours, is Funk Metal.
Wait, that's a sour?
It's a sour stout.
Yes.
That's
What
what
did you say, Ian?
I asked if that was a sour. I mean, I guess that's...
It is a sour stout, and
Now,
holy
hang on.
shit.
Go
ahead.
Let's paraphrase it by saying it's a sour stout. It is a barrel-aged sour stout. However, this is not the type of sour that you had with the Goza.
No. The Goza was not sour. The Goza was a giant salt lick that was in a can that had hops thrown at it with a sprinkling of lemon.
Hey, don't forget the coriander.
I will let you know that we did get to taste this, because part of the trip down there, we did partake in pretty much everything that the brewery has to offer. It's on a huge piece of land. Of course, you got the brewery right next to where the tasting room is, one of, I want to say, 3 tasting rooms, not including the outdoor tasting room. But every tasting room has different beers that they were sampling, selling, whatever. And we all three got a different one. My dad went with us as well. So John got a sample of the funk metal, and I'm telling you, Ian, so it's souring bacteria, so it's got that sour texture to it mixed with coffee, and I know it sounds so fucked up, but it was
It's amazeballs.
it's one of a kind. I can't describe the taste, and that's the problem. I don't want to describe it to you because I think everybody's going to have their own opinion of it. But
What, like bubble gums in an IPA?
yes, bubblegum's in an IPA, which I'm drinking an IPA tonight, and I don't have any good bubblegum in this. But yeah, funk metal is they were limiting it to 2 per person, and I could see why, because this is a very special beer. Very rare do you ever hear of a sour stout, which is, again, something I've never even heard of. And I took a sip of it, and I was like, wow, John, this has got a pretty sour taste, but it's got some good coffee flavor. And he goes, yeah, it's a sour stout. And I was like, the fuck? He goes, yeah, why do you think it's called funk metal? It's black metal, but instead of black, it's funk. So, anyways, I had a glass of the Coquetier is what it's called. And I felt pretty snooty drinking this. So the Coquetier, and if I had the bottle with me, I'd read you the paragraph, is...
A really good paragraph, too.
It is a very good paragraph because it does talk about hipsters and the transition from a beer like this transitioning to what I think it kind of tastes like, which is a cocktail. And it's got lemon zest, peppercorns, and souring bacteria, and cubebs, something. I don't know what the fuck.
All right,
that means.
hang on. I gotta get this out of my head right now.
Yeah.
Raise
your pinky first.
The fuck is with sour? Seriously. I mean, why all of a sudden, instead of burn barrel aging everything, everyone's now souring it?
So
that's what Jester King is about. They're a sour farmhouse brewery.
Explain a little bit, John, what a farmhouse brewery, like you just said, it's a sour pretty much.
Well, the biggest thing is that they're going to let the natural yeasts arrive. A lot of their stuff, well, none of this stuff currently, but a lot of this stuff can be done in cool ships. So it's spontaneous fermentation. It just happens.
So they do barrel
happens to funk out.
And like you said, Ian, what is up with the barrel aging? So this Coquetier is a sour, but it was aged in French brandy barrels for a year.
That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that we have these weird influxes of different things that people are doing to the beers. When I first got into it, it was Belgians. Then all of a sudden, it was a huge influx of IPAs. Then all of a sudden, everything was barrel. Holy shit! Excuse me. Everything was barrel aged, and now we're starting to do the dozer and the souring.
So you're more concerned about the general flux of the craft currently.
Yeah, no, I finally started drinking because I started with the Belgians. I really like the Belgians and the stouts, and I've now grown accustomed to the IPAs. I can really taste it. Oh, it was fucking sours though, man. I mean, I like sour candy, but
I will agree with you. I was the same way. It took me a while to get to IPAs, and you're transitioning very well, Ian. You started heavy Belgians, like you said. You were a Belgian guy. You went to stouts. You're now handling IPAs and double IPAs. I have a feeling in the next 6 months you might transition to appreciate the sour.
I have a feeling in the next 6 weeks you might appreciate this knuckle sandwich I done made for you.
So, not to cut it short. So my dad had another one that I still have my bottle of, which was the Hibernal Dichotomous, which is
yummy.
Pretty much it was brewed in the wintertime, but it is more for springtime weather. It is a farmhouse ale, again. We're talking Jester King. This is all they really specialize in. It was brewed with beets, oranges, and shit, I can't think of the last thing, but it really had a dry taste to it. What? I'm sorry, John?
I said something that made it red.
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking it was the beets, but I don't know.
The beets had to be what made it red, if I had to infer.
It looked like a Chardonnay. It was very like a light red color. It was pretty dry to me too, so it's not really as sour as I was. I know you're gonna hate this, but as sour as I was hoping. But it might be something that you might like. It's like I said though, it's very dry. I didn't really get a lot of flavor out of it. But anyways, just side note. So the brewery is, like I said, on a huge piece of land. You have the tasting rooms, you have the tours that they do, plus they have a brick oven pizzeria that's there. And I forgot the name of it, John. If you know it, go ahead and say it.
It was Stan's farmhouse.
Thank you. Very, like I said, so with this whole location of where we were at on this piece of farmland, it's more like we're stepping into this organic, hippie type of environment where everything has to be naturally grown and naturally made and nothing is preservatives or pre-made. So you order your pizza, they actually rub the dough out and spread like they're making an actual pizza from the start.
You rub
They rub it out.
So I was actually like watching them. It was pretty cool. They weren't shy. They actually showed it in front of me.
Oh my God! Context. They rubbed one out. I was watching one. They were pretty good. They weren't shy.
Exactly. They weren't shy. They were very open to explaining how they do it, and everybody's different, you know.
It was tasty too.
It was very tasty.
But for Scott, it was a little crisper than he anticipated.
Yeah, it's a little burnt. You know, I was hoping for a nice. Never mind. Anyways, it was just cool to see. It's brick oven, so they, you know, would make the pizza, throw it in the brick oven, and you know, pull it out, kind of like Pie 5 around here. I'm sure everybody's got these brick oven pizzerias now. They're popping up everywhere, you know, to compete with the Papa John's, the Pizza Huts, and you know, the pre-made.
Did I tell you what I saw?
You know, already.
So on the way home,
What
Friday,
did you see on Friday?
I saw a food truck that had a pizza, a brick oven pizza in the back of it. Brick oven
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
I would like to see the insurance report for that one.
No kidding.
Because, I mean, imagine if you get into a rear ender with that thing. That entire truck is totaled even if you just crack it enough to where you hit the oven. I mean, like break the...
The actual break, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just gyrating my hands all over the place.
So our ship, and our shipment back was really well. We got everything we needed. We got our Boxer's Revenge. We got our Funk Metal. We got our Black Metal. We got our Cerveza Sin Frontera, which is a collaboration brew between Jester King and 2 other breweries. One that I believe is in Switzerland, John.
Might have been.
Okay.
Oh, wait, how do you collaborate with someone that's in Switzerland?
They traveled.
Yeah.
Well, fucking duh. But I mean, what do they like? Bring the hops over from Switzerland? And
I honestly, I haven't read the paragraph. I don't know how much detail they go into explaining what they got from each brewery. If they did the grains from this one brewery, or if they got the hops from this brewery, or you know what were the stages? How like what you just said? Did all of them come together at the Jester King Brewery, or did they actually go to the different breweries, visit them, and then take what was naturally grown or made from those locations? I don't know, unfortunately. Should have did my research, so...
Didn't do the research.
I didn't do the research.
Well, fact-checking on a podcast. Fuck it. Who needs it?
Yeah. So it was... I mean, I highly recommend anybody. I know it's... I would only recommend not going if you're really not into farmhouse sales, because you're really not going to get what you want. That's pretty much all they sell. They do so they did have some other breweries there that you could buy glasses of or bottles of, like Clown Shoes Fistful of Unidragon. You could have gotten a bottle or a glass pour of that out of the tap. They did have stuff from Martin House. They had stuff from local breweries around the area. So even they release their menu every week, which is great. So you could actually sign up for their newsletter, and then they will email you every week whenever their menu is released, and you could go look at it, see if there's anything that catches your eye. And like what we did a day trip. We left at 8 in the morning, got there about noon, stayed there for a couple hours, and headed back. I can't recommend it enough, especially when the weather is as beautiful as it was today. So not to keep talking about it.
It was a little muggy.
It got a little bit humid later on in the day, but we had some good breezes. It's pretty cool to see too. Sure.
So I really like the artwork, at least on the black metal and the funk metal, and then there was that one that I absolutely utterly hated, the smoky lemon one. You guys remember
Oh,
that one?
is it one of the ones that we got today?
No, it wasn't. It started with a G, I think.
Oh, Gotlandstrika?
Gotlandrica. So I like their artwork. Do they sell
They
prints
sell
of their
T-shirts.
So
Well-
they sell T-shirts. And I want to say there was a time where John and I went to Meddlesome Moth, if you're familiar with that bar that's off of Oak Lawn and 35. They had a Jester King night, and sometimes, I don't know when, so...
They do have posters.
They
Okay.
do. He sells his
4
artwork,
of
and I
them.
believe
Yeah.
Okay.
that
Atrial
the
Ri-
brother...
there's
Yeah, I believe the
Atrial-
brother... Go ahead, John.
We're just going to talk over each other.
That's fine.
Ian-
That's fine.
Ian
Go ahead.
just rolling with it. So there's atrial rubicite. I'm sorry, no, that's not a poster. There's omniscience and prolestism. Yeah, I totally butchered that one. Arlean lure and nocturnal chrysalis. Those are the 3 posters that they have available.
Okay. So
Oh,
it's
right now, okay.
None of the ones that I'd want.
Yeah,
It's
so-
just because I mean, even if I were to ever find my way out to wherever the fuck it is, Clown Shoes does their stuff. That's what I'd like to get is actually some of the artwork from the bottles. I wouldn't mind hanging those up.
I want a fistful of Unidragon poster. I love that artwork on that with that Clint Eastwood holding that gun up with that dragon wrapped around his hand like it's a real gun and blowing fire out of it. Just amazing smoky art, and it's real. I'm not huge, like we talked about on previous podcasts. What sold me on craft beer is the creativity of the name of the beer, the style of beer, and what they brew it with. That just is creative. I mean, it's outside the box of, oh, there's a Bud Light or whatever. It's like, no, this is, even though I sound like a douche saying, yes, I'm drinking this 8-point IPA India Pale Ale that's from Devil's Backbone Brewing Company. And if you look at the bottle, 8-point means it's an 8-point on the rack of the deer, which is kind of funny. I mean, I don't want to sound like a douche, but I kind of did to try and explain this beer or whatever. But it's good. I mean, it's a hoppy. That's a good segue. You know how I did that? So it's a good hoppy beer. It's not great. Probably just because I let it sit too long. I had this since March, and I don't know when my brother actually got it for me. It actually has a bottle date on here of 11/24/14. So yeah, it's kind of aged a little bit. So I'm not going to blame the brewery. So John, on that note, what are you drinking, sir? That was our trip to Jester King, by the way. So it was pretty cool.
Quite enjoyable. Currently, I am drinking a Devil's Backbone Bass Pale
Devil's
Ale.
Backbone also.
No, that's
Interesting.
Devil's Backbone Brewing Company.
I have Devil's Backbone Brewing Company as well.
What the hell do you have?
I told you, 8-point IPA. Look.
Where the hell did that come from?
Devil's Backbone Brewing Company.
Never mind. We're not having this
No,
discussion.
that's actually kind of weird. So what are you
That's
drinking?
so
The Pale Ale?
Yeah, it's the Bass Ale, Pale Ale.
And?
It's good. I've had it before.
All right.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Awesome.
It's quite
And what are you
tasty.
drinking, sir?
They have the Undead Party Crasher
Oh,
poster.
and Sean. So,
Yes.
Ian, how are you doing, by the way? Sorry, man.
I'm doing
Fuck you.
okay. I'm.
I'm here.
Sometimes you feel like a rat on a sinking ship. Let me just leave it at that.
Mm.
What am I drinking tonight? Tonight I
Would
am
you like
drinking.
an oar?
No, actually, I would like a non-sinking ship. I'm drinking Old Rasputin
Mm.
Russian Imperial Stout. I had not had this one. I've heard lots of good things about it, and man, is that a stouty stout. I tell you, I took a swig off that, and I was like, holy shit! Usually I have like 3... Well, I have one that I pour in the first pour, and then I've got 2 other bottles sitting next to me. I had to put one of them back because I'm pretty certain I'm not going to get to that other one, or at least the third one, by the time we finish this.
You could, but you may be passed out on the floor.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's later. I mean, I'm going to turn on the Netflix when we're done and put on, I don't know, some stupid movie. Or I might just turn on YouTube and put K-pop on repeat and then just pass out to the Angels of Korea.
I see this being more the case.
You're probably most likely right. But I like it. I like it. This is again, this is my first time having it.
Barrel-aged old Rasputin is pretty incredible. John brought that over. When did you bring that over that we drank? Was
A
that
couple months back, I think.
no?
No. We
Winter
busted
Amos?
that out for Winter Emus, yeah.
Yes.
That's why you. Yeah.
No, I was
Yeah,
there.
you were there. Yeah. You,
I was there. Remember, John gave me that computer,
oh yeah, too much beer.
and what's his name vanished like after like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, Dave.
I wasn't gonna say his name.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Dave's
Scott
not
will.
here, man.
I'll call
Yeah,
him
Dave
out.
wasn't here, man. It'll be all right. We had a good laugh. It's all right.
So we've gone through what we're drinking. I've been playing some interesting stuff, but let's come to me last. Well, Scott? What have you been playing?
No, I've
Actually,
been
no.
talking
Hold
too
on,
much.
hold on. Yeah. John,
you talk.
John, what you been playing, man?
I've been playing one game.
And it better not be a free-to-play mobile phone game with the fucking Simpsons or the tapping.
No.
All right then.
GTA 5.
High five.
Oh, yeah! I have got approximately 35 hours worth of game time into that game already. And I am at 61% completeness.
Okay, so are you working on the story or are you doing online stuff?
This is all story play.
Okay.
I've played a little bit of multiplayer only to grab my PS3 character and import it successfully without any problems. But I played maybe a handful of rounds of online, and then I went back to playing single player. And I've been playing the living crap out of single player.
The problem I run into is I got all the way up to the point where I've done like a couple of missions of Trevor.
Mhm.
And now most of the time when I play it, I'm playing with my crew in online trying to do the heists.
Yeah.
And when I say trying to do the heists, I mean making a solid attempt of actually putting the fucking thing together because their netcode is still kind of fucked up.
It's hard to get those online heists going successfully. I think I had gotten into one where we were trying to do the prison breakout.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out where to go. Gave me no clear indicator of where to go.
See, and that's the thing is like when I do the heists, I only do it with the four chaps from Cobra Kai.
Yeah, and I had an online random.
Yeah, see, that's the problem is trying to do it with randoms. I could, there's no fucking way because I have to be able to talk to you, and I don't want to talk to a random person.
Exactly.
I mean, I haven't talked to random people since I played Halo 3. I don't do that. Okay.
And those were 12-year-old kids that we were yelling at.
Well, shit, we did it intentionally.
Exactly.
We'd be sitting there like, all right, well, we're owning the shit out of them. Let's go ahead and stop the chat party and just fuck with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry would always be Jerry would always be the first one to kind of kick it off. He'd wait for someone to get really angry and be like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Or we'd start arguing with each other just to try to get people involved in it. I mean, that was fun, but then it got really annoying because you couldn't get shit done.
No, I think that's kind of the flaw. But until I get some more people over on the PC level of 5, I probably won't play a whole lot of the online experience. I might work on leveling up my characters, but that's about the extent of it.
It's fun. When I go online, and I'm sorry, I keep kind of like taking it from you.
Dude.
When I go online, I do first thing I do is I load into the story mode. I don't know how this works on the PC side. I load into the story mode so that when I go online, I'm able to set a crew member only world. Because nothing I hate more than running out of a liquor store after robbing that sumbitch, and before I have a chance to get away and bank my money, some stupid random shoots me through the head from 3 like rooftops away with his level 100 fucking sniper rifle.
With the heat-seeking ability.
Yeah.
I found you. Yeah.
So John, tell Ian what your quest is to do though in GTA 5 single player.
What do you mean as far as my quest? Like the current mission that I'm on?
What is your major achievement that you want to accomplish in GTA 5?
No,
Are you trying to 100% this damn thing?
Yes, I am.
Oh boy!
Now, in saying that, I plan on 100%ing the single-player portion of the game.
Right.
and picking up all the achievements for that, because there are multiplayer achievements on Steam that I don't think I'm ever going to get to unless I have a crew.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But
I
yes,
want to
I
see
do
you
plan on-
invest that many hours into that game.
Oh, I'll put it in there.
I know you
Because
have.
as soon as I do it, I'm going to put the mods on there too.
Yeah, see, that's what I want
Start
to see.
shooting cars.
I demand you stream this.
And drop some whales from the sky of the highway.
Yep.
So awesome.
Yeah, as soon as I
And
put
turn
mods
into a
on,
pigeon.
I'll turn on my Twitch.
You need to go to YouTube, and anybody that's listening, there's a video of, and I'll try to see if I can embed the link into the podcast. I'll find it, of a dude that, because you could turn yourself into any animal and just walk around. Dude turns himself into a pigeon and just starts walking around the side of this car real slowly, and goes over to the side of the of the driver's side door, and actually opens the door. You actually see the wing stretch up like Stretch Armstrong, open the door, and just the dude falls out because the pigeon can't do shit. It's like, fuck you, I'm a pigeon, I'm taking your car, and just starts driving off. It's funniest shit I ever seen as far as a mod goes in a game. And I gotta give it to the PC. Huh?
Jacksepticeye actually has one where I think he changed into a bobcat or a deer and walks up to a car to do that. But as soon as the animation starts for getting the person out, the animal like contorts into like this just ball of nothing. And you see like a hoof move out or reach out and grab him, and then this ball gets in there. Then you've got the like deer head up in the seat. And that's about it.
That's greatness.
It's awesome watching the skin for the animals try to match what the skeleton for the characters is trying to do.
Yep. I gotta give it to the PC version, man. Especially with the movie creator that people have been creating too about. Supposedly there's like another one. So I was listening to Idle Thumb's podcast, and that's who told me about the pigeon. And then also they told me about another video of Insane Taxi Driver, or what was that? Crazy Taxi game. It's literally a dude in a taxi that whenever you're using the mods, you're dropping shit in front of the taxi, and you hear the taxi driver go, fuck! And starts turning out of the way and starts just going all over the place, and it ends up, when the dude did the movie clip, stopping at the edge of a cliff, and then he falls off the cliff and blows up. And it's awesome. Yeah, it's greatness. Sorry.
The one thing that's driving me nuts, though, is in the PC version, I don't know if this is the same common set on the console version, but right now the police are completely overpowered.
Oh, another awesome pour.
What have you experienced, Ian, with the police? Do you think that they're okay?
So I haven't really spent that much time in the single player to be able to like give you a good idea of what they are there. When I'm in multiplayer, a good portion of my time is creating random situations to try to get out of with the cops. Like I've literally gone and found a bicycle and then gunned down a fuck ton of people and tried to lose the cop on a bicycle. I've succeeded. I have succeeded.
All you have to do is get above their plane.
Oh, no. You wait till you get a helicopter, and then you take off on the bicycle.
Well, yeah.
Because then the helicopter just stays like right over you. One of my favorite things, though, is one of my crew members, every time I love riding motorcycles in games like that, because I think that with the way today's graphics are and things along those lines, they're able to congest the streets too much. Like I did this in Watch Dogs when I was playing the fuck out of that. You get on a motorcycle, you do what those bastards do all day long. You weave in and out of that shit. So I like riding around on a motorcycle in these games. I actually get a lot better at that than I do driving the cars.
I think the motorcycle just plays better in general.
I agree. I've got a crew member that always rides bitch, and whenever he does, he's just sitting there going. So we've constantly got cops following us when we're on a motorcycle or Vespa or whatever the hell they call those things in that game. I know back in Vice City they were called Fagios.
That is hilarious. I will kill all you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Dude, don't shoot anybody. We're trying to get somewhere to get something done. He's like, I'm just waving my gun around. That's all I'm doing.
That's a good way, though, to work on your accuracy.
Yeah, I was trying to shoot. Well, if you land a hit, yeah. And then also, just heads up in case you didn't know this, driving into oncoming traffic helps get your driving skill up.
Yes, I do a lot of
do it with a motorcycle, and you're able to do a lot of weaving and shit.
Ooh, yeah, good point. Yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
on that.
So, John, you said, just so we can keep track, you are 60%, you said, in
Give or
single
take.
player?
Yeah, give or
Okay.
take about 1 or 2%.
So we'll track it on whenever we record next, which should be a couple weeks or so.
Which
keep it up, man. It's awesome.
Cool beans. So that's all you're playing?
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm working on right now. In fact, I'm sure as soon as we get done here, I'll probably play for a little bit as well before I crash out.
Cool.
What about you? What are you playing?
So first thing I want to tackle is not too long ago I finally went out and checked out FX Game Exchange in Plano over there by Madness Comics and finally walked around that campus. Ever since they moved, holy shit! Ever since they moved from McKinney, god damn, that's a burpee beer. Woo, excuse me. Ever since they moved from McKinney, I hadn't been into their facility, so it was interesting to go in there and just kind of walk around. And then, I hate to sound like a total fucking asshat when I say this, but driving out to that place, I said to myself, I'm going to happen to go walking in there at the particular moment that that guy that really wants to make friends with just about everybody he meets is in there. So... yeah, I walked in there and this guy just would not quit talking to me. And cool dude, but it's kind of one of these things where it's like I'm legitimately in there like searching for shit and I'm trying not to be rude. But it's like, yeah, I don't know, okay, no, I've never seen Jackie Chan Adventures. No, I have no idea what that cartoon is. No? Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it was just some interesting conversation. So eventually I found something in their NES stack that I was able to procure for a decent price and go ahead and get my happy ass on out of there, which is the original Strider on the NES, which is hard as fucking balls, if I might say so. The music on it, actually, it brought a smile to my face because you guys know last year I gave Strider, the Strider 2014 was my Game of the Year choice. Mm-hmm. The music in that Strider mimics the music from this Strider. Now again, I've not played the arcade or the Genesis, so I don't know if those are actually the first ones or whatever. Mm-hmm. But being able to hear that music in like an 8-bit chip tune, it put a huge dorky ass smile on my face. But man balls is that thing hard. I'm talking like I would walk just a couple of steps and then another dude would come running at me, and sometimes they would run and then jump. And so it's interesting. It does have like a weird progression type thing where you go in and you find like, and I kid you not, the icons for these are old ass 5 1/4 floppy disks.
Oh God.
Yeah. So you find these, and this is your data that you're looking for. I was like, oh my God! If any kids were to play this, it'd be like, I don't know, what is that? Flashcard? Yeah, I'll show it to Gabe and be like, what do you think there? But it was, I got. I don't want to say I got really far. I got two of those cards. I didn't find any upgrades, like significant upgrades. One of the cards that I found, or one of the discs floppies that I found, stated that the jump boots were in China, but I couldn't transfer myself to China yet. I could do the main city, which I'm not even going to try to say. Next one was Egypt, and the other one was Australia. And Australia, you're not even supposed to be at yet, because you can't open any fucking doors. But it was really difficult. If when I finally get a HDMI capture card for this other system I've got sitting over here, I'm gonna try streaming that and the original Metroid and all the Metroid card-based games.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really cool. It was only like $14, and I'm totally down with that. I was trying to sign up for this retro gaming box, one of those subscription boxes, where they mail you a random game for like $20 a month. Turns out that place was over the pond in London, so it would have cost me about $30-40 for me to be able to do that. So it's like, you know what? On second thought, every month I'll take anywhere between $0 to $20 over to Game Exchange, find one fucking game, and bring it home.
There you go.
So, the other game I've been spending some time with, other than Grand Theft Auto 5, because we've already covered that. Well, actually, I did finish Saints Row 4 between the last. That was a fun game. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun, but it did exactly what the Saints Row games have done. it allowed me to overpower myself so that by the end of the game I was like, this is not really that much of a challenge. And then you get to the last boss fight and they're like, we're going to throw all sorts of shit at you. Like now. All right now. So then it's like, okay, now this is too much. This is very difficult to handle all at once, but I finally got through it. I liked it. Those games are very humorous. At least 3 and 4 are very funny. I really enjoy them. I've got Get Out of Hell on my list. I want to buy that. I've heard that it's hilarious, but it's primarily more just a side quest based game and not really a main quest type thing.
Yeah.
But
I've heard the same thing as well. So.
And I hope that they fixed, because I heard that there was quite a few bugs too.
See, and that's the other reason why I'm waiting. And I've got it on my Steam list, so it's one of those things where I'll wait till it's like $4. Because that's what I did with Saints Row 4, because I felt betrayed by that. That should have been DLC. And then they took it and padded it out to make a $60 release out of it. So
yeah,
I really wanted to play it, but I waited till I got really cheap as kind of my personal protest, if you will. The other game that I played that I was super fucking excited about, and then I got really pissed off because I heard it was a PlayStation exclusive, and then they came out and said, no, it's just an early release on the PlayStation. Then it will be coming to PC and possibly other platforms after that, is Axiom Verge. Oh my god, is this game fucking awesome. Now, granted, I'm a huge Metroidvania fanboy, so of course this scratches that itch in so many different ways. Now, it is an indie game.
For that too.
It is an indie game, so it does use the 8-bit, the bit art style, but it also uses a lot of other things to it. Like when you defeat a boss, the screen actually kind of ripples, and then whenever you pick up like life, it's like this. It's these red pixels, but they float to you in such a way that they wouldn't in an old 8-bit game. So it's very enjoyable. I really, really like it. I highly recommend it for anybody that likes exploration Metroidvania games like that. Check that out. If I get my streaming up, I'm gonna stream that. But it's
give credit because it was created by one guy. Took him 3 years, but one guy made that entire game. Pretty fucking awesome.
That one guy is actually one of the main reasons why indie games are on the Wii U. Because he did a lot of work for Nintendo trying to get indie games on their platforms.
Yep.
Like
Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Shovel Knight was his biggest win for them.
Yeah.
Is getting that on there.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, I want to try it, but I am not as huge of a fan as you are, so I'm glad that you picked it up because I do want to hear you talk more about it as you play through it, because one thing that I've heard everybody say about it is even when you beat it, there is weapons you still don't even know about that you can't find, or that you not can't find, but you don't find, that you're like, how many pieces? It's like insane how many weapons are in this game.
Yeah, so far I've only gotten technically 5, but when you look at my gun wheel, I've only got 3 that show up, because you've got a couple of other weapons that they're not in the wheel. Like I've got the drill, which is it's not a weapon. I think that's your right trigger. Excuse me. And then I've also got a glitch gun, which will turn some things into platforms that weren't platforms, or if a platform was destroyed, you can kind of put it back in. But there are like glitch sections in there that gun currently won't do anything to.
Awesome.
So I need to either find an upgrade to it or a different glitch gun that allows me to affect that. And then on the let's see which one is it, on the left bumper, if you hold that down, your guy goes into a locked stance position, so that you can then use the stick or the D-pad depending on what you're more comfortable with in this type of game, and you have full like clock movement with your gun. So that works really well with at least. Now I don't know if you could do them out of order, but the second boss I came in contact with, was it the second or was it the first? Either way, there's one that kind of floats along the top, and when you jump at a certain spot, it's really good to lock down and use that so that you can angle in good angles. I when I'm playing, I'm using shit. I did not mean to turn that computer on. I'm using this little 360 controller, and I actually use the D-pad. This is the controller that my son uses when he plays on the 360. Hence the reason why it's so friggin' tiny. But I don't have any other wired controllers. Why not? Oh, well, luckily enough, you're not tied into the internet. But I'm really digging it. It is $20, so that may be a little steep for someone who's not into Metroidvania style games. But with as much as everyone has touted that this is an awesome game, and that is like one of my favorite genres, I had to get it. I had to jump on it immediately. In fact, this would have been one of those situations where I'm a big non-pre-order person unless it's on PC, so that you get that pre-download type of thing going on. This one was one that I had the day that it came out off, just serendipitously, and so that night I set up my Steam store to that page and kept refreshing it because it would state this game unlocks in so many hours. Well, then I started realizing it's not unlocking at midnight. It's unlocking at like 11 in the morning, after, like, close to the afternoon. So that's kind of jacked up, but okay, whatever. So I set my alarm, woke up, downloaded it, and started playing it. Pretty fun.
There you go.
Also, I did my first Kickstarter backing. What did I...
Yeah, talk about this because I know that you were into it. I'm going to be back in it too. Koji, awesome.
What the hell is it called?
Bloodstained.
Yes, so Koji, the guy that created Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, the guy that created Symphony of the Night and did all the other, Metroidvania-style games that everybody knew and loved from the DS and the DS, the GBA, all those great ones. He, a few years ago, broke off and started, he went radio silent for quite some time. Holy Jesus, I didn't realize they raised that much. So he went radio silent for a while, and then he recently came back where he was streaming himself with a few other people playing just other random Metroidvania style games, and so they led into him kickstarting a new game of that style. Apparently, they were only needing $500,000 to technically get it funded. They already had a major backer behind it, but they needed to be able to prove that there was demand for it. And they only needed $500,000 to get it done. That was the goal. And they have raised $2,178,703 at the time of this recording.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, I pledged enough to get the digital copy of the game. Plan on getting it on the Xbox One so that I can stream it without having to worry about it. So the stretch goals that they did, let's see how many of these matter to me since I'm not buying the physical copy one. So there's an art book upgrade to hardcover. That's not one I care about. Second playable character, nightmare difficulty mode. David Hayter is in it. He's going to be in it. They reached that at $850,000. There will be cheat codes. They landed that at $1 million. There's local co-op. There is a new boss. There's a speed run mode, which I'm definitely going to make a shot at. There's a boss rush, and now if they happen to hit $2,250,000, they're going to do a retro level, and then if they happen to hit $2,500,000, they'll do a classic mode. I'm not sure what'll be after that, but there's some crazy shit that was available. I bet you they're all gone now, aren't they? Nope. There's like Iga Adventure where you could go to Japan and hang out with the guy. There's all sorts of ones, and these are like $3,000, $5,000 backer positions.
Yeah.
You get to create enemies and things along those lines. I was just like, you know what? Let me just give you, because he said he's already basically got someone that's saying we'll back it, just prove that there's want for it. So that's why I was like, I give you the $28. Just give me the game in 2 years. So I'm jazzed about that. I'm really, really, really excited. I really liked Symphony of the Night. I never played any of the other ones. I never finished Symphony of the Night, but I did flip the castle. Spoiler alert. So I got that far. But yeah, I'm super jazzed. Super jazzed. The concept art that they have that looks like it's mocking a screenshot looks really fucking good. But it is concept art. So it's not in-engine or anything along those lines, so it could look totally different. And being that this is the first Kickstarter thing that I've funded, and being a part of this podcast, I will definitely, as soon as I get notifications, the next podcast we record, I'll give you guys that information, let you guys know, and I will definitely let you know if we're still doing this in 2 years, if the game is worth the $28 I threw at it this early on.
I like how you put that. Yeah, if we're still doing this in 2 years.
How old will we be?
I don't even want to tell you how old I'm going to be. I just hope I don't look at it and go, oh my God, my younger self was a wasteful bastard with his money. What is this? I can't even work thumbs. What do you mean? Who's this Igaruku? There is one thing that did piss me off about this Kickstarter, though, is they don't refer to the game as a Metroidvania. They refer to it as an Igavania.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Nah, I actually...
You have to admit, that was a good chuckle.
It was worth a chuckle, but the fact that they said it over and over again is where it's like, okay, no, you kind of stole that idea from Super Metroid, and then you stole the RPG mechanics from like Final Fantasy Adventure or Secret of Mana. But still, good game. A great game can show homage to other games and take, run with it. A bad game steals from other games and just in good.
It hurts
cool. It at all. So Scott,
what you been playing?
Don't take the words out of my mouth.
Sorry. You didn't ask me. I'm sorry.
So yes, Scott, how's that giant butt plug treating you?
It's a little bit giving me a little bit of pain. I think I'm bleeding a little bit.
Oh,
you're doing it wrong, man.
I know, right?
Slowly work it and twist it slightly back and forth, and then you'll be fine.
So,
disclaimer: not that I actually know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you talked about a Kickstarter. I'm going to talk about one that I've backed. I will be backing Bloodstained as well, because I always like to back developers that bring back my past as far as games that I've played. Not finished like you, but like what you said, but I enjoyed it and I played and I like that style, and I'm glad that we're revisiting this nostalgia of games. Speaking of nostalgia, another game that crazy got funded and didn't need that much money was Yooka-Laylee. Yes, make fun of me all you will about it, but I loved Banjo-Kazooie on the Nintendo 64. I like the Collecta-Mania games, whatever you want to call it, where you go around and you collect things. It's a platformer, so it's definitely like your Donkey Kong Country 64 or your Super Mario 64. But this is from the creative talent that did Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong Country.
And the guys that did the music for it, too.
So Wii U owners, I know there's only about 2 of you, including myself. One of the best games as far as soundtrack goes that brings back so many memories if you played Donkey Kong Country on the Super NES or Donkey Kong Country 64 on the Nintendo 64 is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. It is a tribute to the platformer genre, and it is one of the best as far as graphics, gameplay, mechanics, and just the music alone makes you feel warm inside. And
if you don't have a Wii U, Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii or the 3DS
absolutely
also meets that itch, because I bought that, and that is a phenomenal little game.
I have not beat that, but I do have that as well.
I haven't beat it either. In fact, I picked it up because my son really wanted it. We saw a commercial for it. He's like, I want it. It's like it was during one of those droughts, kind of like what we're in right now, where there's nothing coming out. And I was like, all right, we'll go pick it up. Went to Target, picked it up. He sat down and played through 2 levels, and then he'll walk like 10 feet and be like, here, you do it. Because it is a difficult game.
So if you guys don't know, Ian and our sons are pretty close in age. They're only off by a year. So Gabe is 7, and Brendan will be 7 in July, but Gabe will be 8 soon. So they're very similar. In July, that's right. Fuck, I keep forgetting. But yeah, they are very similar in their gameplay, where if they can't figure out something, they don't want to try to figure out themselves. I could go to my dad. I know he can beat it. So I showed Brendan, my son, the video for this game, and he, of course, with me looking and watching, we just fell in love with it. We're just like, yep, I'm going to pledge it. And they needed $270,000 to be able to fund, and so far they have 30 days to go still. they've raised $2.5 million. So there is a want for these types of games, and I don't know what the fuck is wrong with developers like Konami and Square Enix and shit like that that are like, no, we're going to focus on mobile games and, fuck console because they will make us lose money. You know what I have to say? Obviously not if you actually would put your time and effort into knowing what kinds of games we want, bitches. I'm sorry. That's my little rant. You pissed me off for the last time, and I am going to support the developers that you've royally screwed and taken away their talent and what their ideas are, especially with Mighty Number 9, which I also funded, and I can't wait till that comes out in September.
Okay, that comes out this year?
Yes.
Okay.
It's got a release date.
I didn't back it. I wasn't a huge fan of the Mega Man games.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, it may be something I had to pick up, though, because...
They have it on pre-order sale, yeah.
Well, and even if you don't back it when it's going on, if you buy it when it comes out, it also shows big developer. I hate to use that term like big oil or big tobacco, but it shows big developer, a big publisher that we want the games that were out when we were younger, the ones that you guys gave up on. We don't need 18 Assassin's Creeds. We don't need 20 fucking Call of Duties. We don't need another Battlefield this year. Okay, now granted, the next
coming anyway. You know it.
I do. I know. I know they're all coming. Luckily enough, COD has been on one of those like rapid declines. Like, I hate to say that because I'm gonna be one of those idiots that buys Black Ops 3 because I really enjoyed Black Ops 2. I liked Advanced Warfare. Go fuck yourself, Ghosts. But I'll buy. But see, and the thing I'm running into is Halo 5. That's gonna. I'm going on a rant as well. But it is one of those things where it's like I personally would like to see more of those experimental type games. Like there's one game that to this day I need to try to track down another copy of, as far as it doesn't cost me like an arm and a fucking leg, because the one copy I have got scratched up when I lent it to somebody and I haven't yet fixed it. That game is called Silent Bomber on the PlayStation 1. And that's a very, very underknown game. The only reason why I came across that one is because it was on a demo disc that came on a PlayStation magazine back in the day when the only way you could get demos were on the magazines.
Yep.
And I absolutely never finished it. In fact, I think it's a Konami game. Speak of the devil.
They should sell that property.
It would take too much time for them to do that. But you know what they will do? They'll make a slot machine out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, and that's the thing is, I'm glad that Kickstarter is pretty much giving a royal fuck you to these big name developers that we used to like and we used to worship and we used to just follow, and we had a cult following because we're like, Square Enix is making that? Fuck yeah, sign me up. Konami's making that? Contra? Whatever the fuck happened to the Contra game that they were supposed to be making in a reboot or whatever? They showed a 20-second preview at the Nintendo E3 press conference like, 2-3 years ago, and I'm like, yeah, Contra.
Wait, there was some type of a Contra reboot? I know that there was one that was an arcade game on the 360 and PlayStation, but...
I'll have to try to track it down, but yeah, there was like some kind of 20-second clip at Nintendo's E3 press conference, you know how they did the Direct or whatever, and it was, maybe it was Konami's little Japanese conference that they had. I don't know, because it wasn't in English. Nobody could understand, but they saw the word Contra across the screen, and that was about it. And it was like, we have more further details for you later.
You know what? Now I do remember this, where you like saw the C kind of get painted, and then...
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Let's fucking Konami, let's... That's for another time.
Yeah, so anyways, what I've backed so far on Kickstarter, just to go through a little run-through, is Ukulele, Mighty Number 9, and then what's coming out supposedly in a month or so, because Harmonix has been emailing me quite often with updates saying, hey, get ready, we're going to be showing a Ustream demo, is Amplitude. So I will be getting that as well. Can't wait for that, too.
And that's Sony only, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, since they own the property line. I know. And
I would really love to play that because I still have Frequency and Amplitude from the PlayStation 2 era.
Too. Yeah, and I used to when I had my PlayStation 2, but yeah, I own those too. So that's pretty much backer talk, whatever. So The other one that I don't really want to mention because they have gone over their deadline and they have not been providing updates, which has kind of been pissing me off, is River City Ransom Underground, the sequel to River City Ransom. I want to play it. I like River City Ransom.
Wait, wasn't that River City Rampage or River City?
No. River City Ransom with Bill and what the fuck is her name? It's that special like Super Dodgeball style animation.
Oh, okay. Super deformed. Okay.
Yeah, you get
and that's
Dragon Punch and Acro Circus and it's fucking hard.
That's the one thing I hate about Kickstarter. It's like the reason why I had no fear in backing Iga is, well, by the time I finally heard about it, and thank you, Scott, you told me about it, it had already funded, and the video stated that they had people that were going to back it, like, financially. So this game will happen. All I'm doing is a 2-year pre-order. Oh, look at the guy that just said something about hating pre-orders. But
it's okay. It's okay. You are showing your support and love, and it's not, you don't give a shit about the extra doohickeys like you had talked about before.
Yeah, and I'm going to be pissed if EA is the I am literally going to be pissed off if they come out and they say it's EA that has.
Oh, that is their going to be fun. They did.
Oh yes, yes.
God, we're even stretching our eyes. Whatever.
We have lost the one Asian listener viewer that we have.
Got him. All right. Anyways, to go on to what I've been playing, I'm going to be talking about 2 games, and I'll briefly review them because I don't know how long we've been going for, but whatever.
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we'll end this soon. I will just give a brief review on it, but know that I will be replaying this as a stream. I beat 2 games. First game I beat, Bayonetta 2. I couldn't stop playing it. I'm sorry, guys, I didn't get my Elgato like I had said I was going to. Shit comes first, bills come first, pretty much. So
I would hope shit comes first because at a certain point, you have no choice anymore. You have to go take care of that. I mean, I'm right there with you, man. I understand.
Yeah. So just know I will stream it because I do want to replay to unlock more costumes, and there's a lot of costumes to unlock. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want to spoil anything because I want you guys to see the game for yourself. Just know this. If you do Wii U owners, and like I said, the 2 of you, which I know one of them is your brother, Ian, is
well, and one of them may be me, depending on E3.
That's fine. If you play this, play Bayonetta 2 first, and then Bayonetta. Oh. Bayonetta 2 is a prequel to Bayonetta.
Is it really?
Some way, yes. It's weird. I don't want to go into detail about it because it will spoil some things. I will just say play Bayonetta 2 first. The combat is pretty much the same. The graphics look a shitload better, of course. It is the same craziness. You can now, I don't know. I really don't want to go into too much detail other than
That's fine.
It's a great game. So if you love that combat, if you love that gameplay, if you love that sexual
it's made by the guy that created Devil May Cry, and we all know what kind of a stupid ass fanboy I am for that game. So
okay, so yeah, when I finished Bayonetta 2, I was like kind of disappointed in myself because I played Bayonetta 1 first, and I never played through it. So it would have been kind of cool to see the chronological events occur. But even though you beat Bayonetta 1 already, Ian. There's going to be some throwback and some things that happen in Bayonetta 2 that you're like, so that's why that happened in Bayonetta 1.
See, now you've got like my brain all rattled because I know.
I'm not going to deny
Cheshire shows up and you know what?
Let's stop because nobody knows the characters' names because we don't want to spoil who's who. Especially in those character names. So anyways, great game. Can't talk enough about it. I want to stream it because I want you guys to see the crazy-ass combat. And yes, I was a button smasher, and I played through it on easy because I wanted to just play through it the first time. I will play it now on normal to where I have to do the button combinations to do the combos. I'll probably get my ass handed to me, but that's okay.
So, real quick, I hate to interject and derail and keep us on this game. Back when I played Bayonetta 1, I bought it on release on the 360, and it is one of those ones I played through it as well on easy, but the the combat was so good, and it happened to come out at that time where there wasn't a lot coming out. In fact, I think it and the first Darksiders game shared the same release date.
I think so.
And
You're
that
right.
was
Yeah.
like the only thing that was out for 2 or 3 months. So I played through Bayonetta, I think 3 times, and with at least the first one, I can't speak for 2 because I don't know. If you at least progress and complete, and you do new game from that, you keep any of the upgrades that you've already acquired. So, like in 1 on the 360, again, I don't know if it's on the Wii U version, there is a doll or something that you can equip that will cause her to do the combos with minimal input. Well, I tell you, by the time I got to like hard difficulty, that was still equipped to help me be able to pull off the combos with just mashing the X and the Y buttons.
Yeah, I forgot what the doll's name is, but yes, I had that equipped as well. I'm just going to throw this out here for you. So you've seen kind of some gameplay and some trailers for Bayonetta 2?
I played the demo, and
So
yes, I have seen one.
So you know she has short hair?
Yeah.
And you know in Bayonetta 1 she has long hair?
Yeah, and then I know also in Bayonetta 2, I'm going to forget her name, but Jean?
Yes.
I think, yeah, okay. She has long hair in 2 and short hair in 1.
So, just keep that in mind.
Oh my God! Change the subject. Change the
Anyways,
subject.
yeah. Why do their hair grow in the... All right,
Shut
anyways.
the fuck up! Change the subject.
The other game... So I'm on a Platinum Games kick, and that's why I think I'm going to finally finish Dragon Age Inquisition, because Platinum Games, if you know anything about them, you really don't give a shit about the story. I mean, unless you're really a die-hard person into that lore, fuck, combo and action and shit's awesome. So the second game that I just beat about an hour or 2 before we've recorded tonight is Legend of Korra. I picked that up for $7.50 on a PSN sale. Again. I will say what's good and what's bad about it.
Okay, now I know where this fits in the canon, and I'm still only halfway through season 3.
I won't spoil anything because I really don't know it either, because I haven't even watched Legend of Korra. I decided Platinum Games game and it's half price. Fuck, I'm sold. I haven't even watched or finished Avatar, which I know I heard is great as well. That's why I haven't even started Legend of Korra, because this is going into anime talk, but I know that it has some kind of symbolic reference to it or something.
Jesus Christ.
She's another Avatar or something? I don't know.
Yeah, she's the next Avatar.
Oh, okay, so that's what happens in the end. Anyways.
No.
Yes, you took
no, because even in this show they talk about Avatar Aang being an old motherfucker. Okay, he doesn't die in the original show. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
In fact, in the old shows there were no cars. That's how much time has passed. If you follow me, okay?
So I don't know. I streamed
Y'all
it.
are cute.
I streamed it one night. I don't even know if you guys watched it or if any, but whoever watched, I think I had like 2 or 3 viewers.
You were on for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I was getting my ass handed to me in the damn game, or that whatever tournament is where you have guys on platforms and they use their elements to try to knock.
The bending?
Yeah, pro bending.
Bending, that was it, yeah.
Yeah, I was getting my ass handed to me because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just smacking buttons. Just an FYI, too, if you guys get pissed off at me, I'm a boring streamer. I don't draw my name with my stream. I don't do designs or anything. I just play the game. So I know I don't add any commentary or anything. Yeah. I just stand there and hold it, and I go. I don't, like I said, I go, I do my business, and I walk away. I stream. I'm a normal streamer. Yay, the references probably got it. Yay!
There you go.
We finally got the stream. All right. So anyways, good and bad about listening to Korra. The good.
That was really bad, by the way, dude. That was so bad. Awesome. I don't write my name with it. I don't make the designs. I was like, what the fuck is he getting?
I don't cross the streams. I don't, whatever other references you want to have. So good about Legend of Korra. The cutscenes are straight out of a cartoon, so it's pretty cool that they actually had animators do the story for this game. Again, I don't even know if this is part of the cartoon or not, so if they might have taken clips from the show and put it in here, or if they did it on their own, whatever. Don't really care right now at this point. The animation in the game is good. I wouldn't say it's great, but for a downloadable game, I was pretty impressed. The leveling system and the being able to switch between the 4 elements, which they of course put the thing on you as you start out with no elements, you have to earn them, and then you have to unlock them, and then you have to learn the moves, and then you have to. It's you start out with everything, then you start out, and then you end up with nothing, and then you have to regain everything just like fucking any other game that you'd play.
I thought you were going to say just like fucking Metroid out.
I was almost going to say like fucking Assassin's Creed, but I didn't want to be too much of a dick. But anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't have any fanboys for Assassin's Creed here right now.
True. The bad.
Everything else?
The combo system is bad. It's 2 buttons, literally square or triangle, or on the Xbox it's most likely X and Y. It's just combination of XXX, YYY, or square, 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 YY. It's very simplistic, which I guess could be a good thing if you are a casual gamer and you don't really want to know all these different combinations like you would have to learn in Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. So it was pretty dumbed down for a Platinum Games type of game. Camera angles.
I've heard this one.
I've recorded it, John. I gotta get a USB drive somewhere because I talked to John about this. I'll talk to you about it too, right now with you guys. There is a part in the next to last level where you are enclosed in a specific area, and you have these purple auras that come out of the ground, and if you touch them, you start to lose your health. It's kind of like poison. But the little area that you're confined to, about, I don't know, about that big if you're looking at the video screen. It's very small in just audio version. It's small.
That's what she said.
And then out of the ground pop these 2 huge-ass giant creatures. And I'm talking huge, like a mech. You have to fight them both at the same time, and when I say they get up in front of the fucking TV and you can't see your character, they get up there and you can't see your character. And then you can't even see where their arms are swinging. So they have a thing where you can do a counter attack, but you have to be able to hit the block button or L2 button right at this instant to be able to trigger a Matrixy time event to where you have to do a QTE or QuickTime event. Oh yeah, and when you see them turn red, which means they're about to attack, if they're right in front of the camera, their whole body's just like this, and you just see red around it, you don't know when they're swinging because it's just standing like this. And then you get knocked the fuck clear across the other screen, and you're like, I don't know what just hit me. And I swear it annoyed the crap out of me to where I stopped playing last night, and I played and died about 10 times. So I was like, fuck this game, putting it down. And so I picked it up tonight.
I'm putting it down for 24 hours, and I'm coming back.
So, and I will say I'm a dumbass part of this because I kept dying, and I'm like, son of a bitch, how the hell am I supposed to beat this? I have, like, literally no health. How am I supposed to beat this? Well, I didn't see. Of course, this is me not paying attention. When you die, you have the ability to go into the shop and buy health packs and different ability drinks and shit that will boost you. I didn't know that you could do that every time after you died, so I pretty much bought all this shit that would like respawn me if I died, and I own their ass pretty much because I didn't die.
So was
yes,
there a motion for a plus style camera?
No, and that is the biggest problem with the game. They have a lock-on mechanic where you have to press down the left joystick to lock onto a specific target. The problem is if you like to use the right joystick like I do to move the camera, if you're locked onto one target and you're attacking them, guess what happens when you move the right joystick? It goes to a totally different other character, enemy that you're fighting. You're like, I didn't want to switch him. I just wanted to move the camera a little tweak.
So basically what you're saying is in this particular boss fight, you don't want to lock on so that you can move the camera?
Oh yeah, you want to be able to move the camera. I like free aim. I like locked aim if I'm shooting something because I have sucky aim and free aim. But when I'm like fighting hand-to-hand combat, like in Bayonetta, I didn't use the lock-on system once. And maybe that's just me. I don't know. I like to be able to move around and go wherever the hell I want to go, and my fists and guns are gonna be flying. Let me do what I want to do. I'm sorry. I don't know who this old guy was that I had to beat. So if you know who this old wretched-looking dude is, Ian, with long fingernails. He's the boss battle that you have to beat.
I don't. I've
okay,
heard
then I'll just
that,
stop.
Yeah, no, I've heard that a certain arc of the storyline is introduced in season 3 and
Okay.
then fleshed out and used in the game. So I've got this one. I've got my eye on it, but it's got to be like a buck because I have heard
Alright.
it was rushed really really bad to
Yeah,
meet the end of the season.
there is 8 chapters. Not to spoil anything, there was 8 chapters, so 8 levels pretty much. Oh, and Ian, you're gonna love it. So, are you familiar with mobile-style running games where you have to slide left and right to move?
Yeah, I'm well aware of the.
Oh, you know of these levels, don't you?
Yeah, no, I know about the what is it? The dog bear level where you
Nana,
ride on
Napa,
it.
whatever the dog's name is. Oh yeah, and you get to collect orbs, and
Uh,
you gotta watch out for obstacles.
yeah,
It's a mobile
buddy.
game.
I don't.
I mean,
Oh, platinum.
I don't even know what kind of score I would give it. If I had to give it out of 10 for the price that I paid, I'd give it probably a 6. I'm not going to give it anything less because, yeah, the camera angle did piss me off. But all in all the other levels, they were okay. I didn't have these big-ass things getting in my face until the 7th chapter. 8 chapters, I think I beat it in 5 hours maybe. So, I don't know. And there's also stuff that you could do afterwards. Like now I can do pro vending tournaments, and I could do that shit to earn the essence or whatever you want to call it to be able to unlock more combo moves and stuff. So they have kind of like in Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, they have a shop that you can go to unlock different combo moves and stuff like that. So it was okay. So I'm going to be focusing now, and I'll probably try to stream it more. But again, I'm a boring streamer. I might look at recording commentary during it, but I don't like to have the fucking comments on my screen. So yes, I know I could have my computer or iPad or whatever up next to me, but then I have to look away from what I'm playing. I don't like doing that. I know, I'm a dick.
You gotta entertain the people that are there. Okay, I can't be in your chat all the time, keeping everybody happy. Now, granted, I'm the guy that plays the scary games, so.
Yeah.
Oh man, I tell you what. That's actually one that I didn't cover. So, are there any other games that you want to talk about?
No, I'll just be probably playing now Dragon Age Inquisition, trying to finally beat that, but I know I got to probably about another 20, 30 hours, so I'll probably be playing that for the next month or two.
Very cool. I really want to know your input on that one because that's one that I've got my eyes on.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope they put that because I'm still part of that EA Access thing.
I'm wondering, they should probably put that up there soon, in my opinion.
It'll probably be a year.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just got access to NHL 15, and that came out last year before the season started.
Well, see, and that's why I hate to say it, man. Brendan plays the hell out of the NHL demo, and he keeps telling me, "Hey, well, can we get this hockey game?" I'm like, "Fuck no."
You fucking go to a used game store.
Well,
don't go to.
Can I get it for $20?
Probably after 16 comes out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I told him. I said we have to wait until October, and he's like, "Why?" I said, "Because that's when 16 comes out." Well, don't you want to get that one? I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I said we can be fine with the old version. All we're buying.
The only reason 15 is on my hard drive is because I'm part of EA Access. I still have NHL 2K6, and that's my hockey game.
Yeah.
Because it has Turco on the cover. I mean, he was a Dallas Star. Will always be a Dallas Star in my eyes. And that's my team. So, the only time that will cause me to buy another physical copy of a hockey game is when they put a Dallas Star on the cover. This, I'm already getting ass raped for the money anyways on my yearly subscription to them. So, you know what? I've got access.
Though you're paying $30 and you got that. I'm not trying to sell it, but you got Battlefield 4. You've got. I know you don't play Madden. I'm just saying.
You
have all of these sports games. So if you have a sports fan, you're sold.
Which I'm not.
I know, but you got NHL, so that's good.
Yeah, I got NHL, and I still have Hardline. Like they give you 6 hours with their releases. I've got Hardline on my system that I haven't even fucking touched.
I would like to get your thoughts on that.
Well, I've got so many fucking games in my backlog.
I'm glad and I wish we had access to EA Access. I am little bit jealous because now that I see the games that you're getting and I see that my son is addicted to these games, I'm like, no, ask for your birthday and maybe you'll get one. I'm sorry. I don't play them. So there you go.
So speaking of which, I got to throw this out there real quick. I'm going to talk about one more game, and this next game that I'm going to talk about is kind of going to lead into where you can find the rest of us and what we do so that we can kind of wrap this up because we've been talking for a long time here. So real quick, in case if you didn't know and you're curious and you want to know and things along those lines, because we all have sons and we're all geeks, let's go ahead and just pre-order Disney Infinity 3 because it's all Star Wars based this time.
Can't.
I'm so pissed off that they're only doing 2 figures in the starter pack and not 3 like they've done for the first 2. But I'm buying it. Oh, you better fucking believe I'm buying it because it's fucking Star Wars. And I've got to have it. And this one will have space combat, which won't be in Battlefront. So, you know.
It does have that going for it. It has something that Battlefront doesn't. Good observation on that. I didn't even think about that.
You know what would be really cool, though, is if they gave you access to, like, the extended universe characters. Now, I realize they've come back and they've said that the extended universe is not canon. But I tell you, and I know maybe possibly one listener, if we have that many listeners, will get this. But if I could get at least just one Yuuzhan Vong character and put it in there, that would just be awesome. Utterly fucking awesome to me. If you don't know what the Yuuzhan Vong are,
how you put that.
Just Google the the New Jedi Order book series, and that was the overarching bad guys throughout that.
So man, we have not talked in a while. Real quick too. So you're talking about Disney Infinity 3.0. I've briefly talked to John about this, but I'm really curious about your thoughts too, John, because I don't think you've given me an answer. Lego Dimensions, or whatever the fuck it's called. No. Really? No? Alright, go ahead and explain yourself. I'm going to allow you to have the floor.
That I got the attitude out of that we were looking for.
I want your feedback on this. Give me your thoughts. Why no?
I'm probably gonna buy it. It's gonna be $100 for the game, the portal, and what little bit comes with it. But so here's the thing: is I've already started with my son planting the seeds of Disney Infinity. I'm not planting any seeds of Lego Dimensions, so that maybe this will slip underneath the radar to the point where I can wait till it's on sale and get it for $70 or less. But
yeah, I'm curious because they didn't really talk much about details. Yes, they're gonna have Back to the Future, they're gonna have Portal, they're gonna have Doctor Who, they're gonna have pretty much anything you can think of when it comes to Lego. But my question is, what are they gonna offer with these characters other than a toy box-esque style like Disney Infinity, which I'm going to be honest with you, kind of weak. I want like a Back to the Future Lego game. I want a Doctor Who Lego level with ability like stages and building and puzzles and whatever.
As far as I know, and I could be totally wrong, I think we really have to wait till E3 before we really see a lot of what's going to be in it, is that when you buy these sets, the figures will be the playable characters, and then the DeLorean or the Tartarus or the portal gun or something is going to be like the playset is for Disney Infinity, where that's the one thing that because the Batmobile, Gandalf, Wildstar, and Batman come with the starter set, right? So the Batmobile has to be the playset, so it's got to be a Batman game to start with, and then a toy box style hub world or whatever the hell you want to call it.
They're going to sell. I know they're going to sell. We need to see more of it. The best concept, though, that I love, and I told John this would be the only reason why I would buy just the character or the playset or whatever, is you have to build it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That is such a huge seller for me because it's not just, here, put this scanner and put this character on this little platform thing and boom, it pops up. No, it's like, all right, son, you know those Lego how-to books? Open the book up, build it yourself. I want to see you do it, and then once you get it built, we can play. Because he likes to do stuff like that.
But what's wrong with that?
Well,
nothing.
Here's the other thing,
awesome.
Let me take a sidebar. Now, I haven't laid eyes on it. But apparently the DeLorean that's available for Dimensions is actually different than the DeLorean that you can buy in Lego, to the point where they look totally different from each other. So
I saw that too.
You really, if you want, what they should do is maybe sell a separate pack where it's just the RF chip or whatever the fuck those things are called.
QR code or whatever, I know what you're talking about.
Whatever you set on the portal to use it, or package it in, start packaging.
Packaging then we wouldn't have to buy it twice like they want us to.
See, and that's the...
That's the problem, but yet that's the way business rolls.
I dropped $70 on that goddamn Emmett robot construction machine. I'm not buying it again so that it could be in the fucking game.
Show me Lego Ninja Turtles and show me Lego Star Wars, and then I will be almost
No Star Wars. I can almost guarantee there will be no Lego Star Wars in there. There will be no Lego Marvel because they've got DC already lined up to do it.
Right.
So it will be just about everything. It'll be everything Warner Brothers. It'll be everything original. So Ninjago, Hero Factory, stuff like that. And then you may see like Cartoon Network type stuff, like the SpongeBob's and the Ninja Turtles. But you are not going to see any of the ones that I would, because you give me a little Boba Fett, you give me a little fucking Boba Fett, I will buy that I will buy that sumbitch twice. Okay. In fact, going back to Disney Infinity 3, so Disney Infinity 2 technically has 2 Tron characters in it, but there are only digital versions available on the PC version, which I'm fucking pissed about. What? Apparently, though, Sam Flynn and Quora, I guess her name is, they're only available as digital characters for the PC version of Disney Infinity 2.
If they're trying to get people to download that, wow.
Mm-hmm. That's a big fuck you to me. So there's talk, I have not seen anything yet, that those 2 will actually get physical figures for Disney Infinity 3. And this Disney Infinity is going to be the one where I end up buying probably almost every figure twice. So that I have one in the package, in a box, in my fucking closet because I'm a huge nerd, or in the box, on the shelf, next to my B-Wing and my fucking Misfits dolls, all that good jazz.
Yeah. Well, on that note.
Yeah, we've been going on a while, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Does anybody have anything else that they want to talk? Oh, shit, I had one more.
Oh, yeah, Whistleblower.
Whistleblower. So I've started playing Outlast Whistleblower. I am currently streaming it. Fiend75002 on Twitch. That is also my YouTube channel, which is where you could catch me playing that. I fucking hate Outlast. No. Let me just put that out there. These games piss me off to no end. Like, I am currently trying to run from a guy that wants to cut off my genitalia because he thinks that will make me a reproductive woman, and I have had my ankle broken by a bar from a ladder being jabbed into it, so my run speed is, I don't know, hobble, and I have to get away from this guy.
Oh my god, they need to come
up with it. It is such
I went running speed hobble.
Yes. So, but I this time around, because in the original Outlast, you couldn't see me unless the screen was throwing enough light. I'm actually got a light on so that you can see me. There have been numerous times that I have literally, like, back into my chair because the shit scares the fuck out of me. It is an effective game at doing that, but fuck that game. Trial and error bullshit is bullshit. On that note, John, you got anything else you want to tell people where they can find you? Like, it's just...
You can find me almost anywhere at Phoenix42, PH03, NIX42. The Twitters, the YouTubes, the Twitches, pretty much everywhere.
Scott, where can we find you?
You could find me at Flip42, FL1P42, and like I said, I'll be hopefully streaming, depending on the schedule this week, some Dragon Age Inquisition. I probably don't even remember where the hell I am or what I'm supposed to do, but I think it involves a dragon and me getting my ass handed to me, so I'm going to leave the dragon alone.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Once you get an archer that's really badass.
Hey, you guys.
And I can be found on almost anything that you could think of finding me on as Fiend75002. That is Twitch, that is Vine, that is Instagram, that is Twitters, that is OkCupid, that's Tinder. Does it sound like I'm getting desperate? That's the second time I've done that, so whatever.
Grindr or anything else?
Yeah. Okay.
Swipe left.
Wait, left is the bad one, asshole! God damn! You know what? Fine. Fuck you. I know where. You know what? The next time you want me to suck. So, we appreciate you guys swinging by. We'll try to get another one of these up really soon. Also on my channel, on my YouTube channel, and on my stream. Here coming. I don't know how soon we're getting this up. Me and Sleek85, Stealthy85. Man, I'm drunk. We're gonna be streaming the new House of Wolves Destiny DLC. So come by, check that out. We'll both most likely have it up on your YouTube channels. So check that out. He's a friend of the group. Also check out Steadiest Rhymes Twitch channel. She's also setting up a YouTube channel. So check that out. She's got some stuff on there that she shares on the group. But other than that, we are the Super Barley Brothers. We appreciate you spending what time you have with us. And I'm so sorry we went for almost, it looks like 2 hours. I know we're going to get some shit for that because we always do. Whatever. Go fuck yourself. Thanks for listening.
Have yourself a wonderful night, guys. Bye-bye.